What if I told you that every single airplane on Earth is secretly proving the shape of our world, and pilots don't even realize it? There's a tiny device inside every cockpit that should expose the curve, if it actually existed. But guess what? It doesn't. Let's talk about the gyroscope, a flight instrument designed to maintain level flight. Here's the issue. If Earth were truly a spinning ball, a plane flying straight would eventually veer into space unless it constantly adjusted for the curve. Pilots should have to tilt the nose down every few minutes to stay level with the ground. But that never happens. In fact, commercial aircraft fly at a fixed altitude for hours without making any adjustments for curvature. That means either one, pilots are all secretly trained to correct for a curve they never talk about, or two, the ground below them isn't curving at all. A gyroscope is built to resist movement. It holds a fixed position in space, no matter how the aircraft moves. If Earth were curving downward at 8 inches per mile squared, the gyroscope should slowly tilt to match the Earth's curvature. But here's the shocking part. It doesn't move. The gyroscope stays completely level, proving that the plane is flying over a flat, motionless surface. And it's not just one instrument. Gyros are used in every plane, from small private jets to massive airliners. If the Earth were truly a sphere, this device would constantly be adjusting to compensate for the curve. But it never does. This experiment has been tested over and over. In 1913, a pilot named John Whiteside conducted high-altitude flights using a gyroscope and reported no detectable curvature. Modern pilots today say the same thing. Airplane controls remain level for thousands of miles without any correction for a curve. Even the military has exposed this truth. In declassified documents, the U.S. Air Force describes the Earth as a non-rotating flat surface when calculating missile trajectories and flight patterns. Why? Because that's what actually works. If pilots don't adjust for curvature, if gyroscopes don't detect a curve, if military flight calculations assume a flat plane, then what exactly are we living on? Watch more videos like this on my page, because once you start questioning, you'll never see the world the same way again. This is for entertainment purposes.
Are the generational curse breaker. You are not just a chosen one. Have you ever heard that our souls pick our lives before we come here to earth? That we pick? The Word of God says that I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. What if we had a conversation and we picked? Never accepted by the sinners, never accepted by the saints fully, always kind of just floating somewhere in the middle, right, chosen one? Always been the black sheep, the oddball. Lived for the world, lived for God. Experienced a lot of different things. Went through a lot of things that God brought you out of, because all of this boils down to one thing. When you chose to come here, you said, I'm gonna do what my grandma couldn't do. I'm gonna do what my mom couldn't do. I'm gonna do what my great grandma couldn't do. I'm gonna break these curses that have put my lineage in bondage. That's why your path has never been easy. You're not just breaking current situations, chosen one. You are breaking generations. Generations. God knew, and your soul knew before you came here. You are breaking these generational curses. And it might have taken some obstacles, but it stops with you. And that's why it's never going to be easy. That's why your walk is never going to be easy. You're breaking years, generations of curses off of your lineage. So your children, so your great-grandchildren don't have to suffer from the same things. That's what you're doing here, chosen one. That's what you agreed to come here and do. You got this. You were built for this. You chose this. You are a freaking warrior of God. Called and chosen. I know this message is for someone, and I felt it to my core. God bless you. You are the generational curse breaker.